December. This is my first morning waking up to my Christmas tree and I am obsessed. If you're new here, I'm Clara. If you're not new here, thanks so much for coming back. I finally decorated for Christmas. I feel like everyone decorated for Christmas like November 1st this year, but I've always been a real tree household growing up. I actually grew up in Connecticut for like the beginning half of my life, and we used to go to like an actual tree farm in the snow, cut down the tree. Now that I'm in the South, it's a little bit different. You get your tree like Home Depot, Lowe's, Whole Foods. I haven't successfully found a like cut your own Christmas tree place near me. So if you're in Charleston, or if you know of one near Charleston, let me know, because that was prime childhood Christmas. But if you're a real tree family, you can't necessarily decorate and do your whole Christmas vibe until you have your tree. At least that's how I feel. And the real trees don't launch until about halfway through November. I think it's like November 18th. I always get my tree after Thanksgiving, because if I get it before I travel for Thanksgiving, then it's just probably not gonna last me quite as long. So I'm happy to report that by December 1st, my tree is up, lights are on, and the 10 ornaments that I own are strewn about. I did most of my other decorating too. My goal is to eventually curate home decor that replaces my everyday like year-round decor, but just like Christmas versions of it. So I'll show you kind of the vibe that I'm going for. It's not perfect yet, but much like decorating and furnishing your entire home, it is a marathon, not a sprint. And although I want to sprint through it in December, I just got to trust the process and think like 5 years from now my Christmas curation is going to be perfect. I'm just working towards that. There's obviously things I would change and like things that I kind of have on my mental wish list, but I'm not just going to rush out and spend like hundreds if not thousands of dollars trying to curate this when I could just pick things up along the way throughout the year. I need to be better about looking out for it, but I don't really have a Christmas theme. I would say lots of red and green. I'll show you later. But I made my morning coffee. My matching pajama streak is going strong. This is another set from Aerie. I do want to decorate the bedrooms today. I feel like bedroom Christmas decorations are a little tough for me because I don't really want to change out my bedding. That would be the obvious choice. Maybe I'll change out some throw pillows, some art on the walls, some tchotchkes around the room, but so far so good. Lots of progress. I also did the outdoor decorations, which I'm not going to show you because obviously that's the outside of my house, but it's looking pretty dang good. I'm proud of myself. I was up on the roof. And I may or may not have ruined a pair of Lululemon leggings because I didn't realize you shouldn't scoot across roof shingles in your favorite pair of brown, chocolate brown Lululemon leggings that are probably discontinued. I need to get on that and buy myself a new pair because I saved, in my mind, I saved like $900 by doing my lights myself because that's how much I was quoted. So girl math says the lights were $30, the clips were $10, my time was free, and my leggings were $100. So I still saved money. I have a new breakfast fixation that involves blueberries, some Greek yogurt, a little bit of maple syrup, and these cinnamon toasted pecans that I found in like the holiday section of Whole Foods. Tell me that isn't the most beautiful yogurt bowl ever. Okay, it's actually not that pretty, but I love the color that blueberries turn when you like heat them up and cook them. I thought about batching the blueberry sauce into one big like jar, but I kind of like the hot with the cold yogurt. I mean, it's not necessarily hot, it's just warm. But I make a little smashed blueberry jam situation with a little water and maple syrup, and then I just cut up some of those cinnamon pecans. These are so good. I feel like you see them at like the mall or like fairs or in big cities during the holidays, but it's those like candied yummy little nuts. This brand had another kind too, but I grabbed this one. I can't remember what the other one was. I found these at Whole Foods, but this is my latest breakfast concoction. You'll be so happy to learn that my Black Friday purchase this year was 14 custom Roman shades from the shade store, which means that my paper shades that I've had for the past year, I moved into this house literally a year ago around Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be over a year by the time the shades come in. But I finally ordered and paid for window treatments after living with the Home Depot paper shades for a year, which honestly aren't even that bad. Still gonna keep a couple up my sleeve for the rooms that like I didn't do blackout, just in case I have people come stay with me and they sleep in those rooms. I can pop one of the paper blackout shades in there. They're very useful. But I finally bit the bullet and got like the true set of window treatments that I've been picturing for the house. Honestly, if you're doing a renovation or buying a new house or something, maybe it's just common knowledge that window treatments are so expensive, but I wish that I had treated window treatments as an actual line item like through the budget of my renovation, because I had no idea they were going to be so much. It was borderline the cost of like a bathroom renovation. I don't know why they're so expensive, but they were having a sale. They were doing 25% off. So if you're trying to get window treatments, just know that they do sales. And honestly, even if they're not running sale, you should probably just like ask. I have a friend that like, I feel like I'm not this ballsy, but I have a friend that whenever he's checking out, he'll just say like, oh, is there a discount? Like, oh, is there a sale you're running? Oh, is there any way I could have a discount? People always give it to him. I don't know what it is. I feel like I would not be that lucky, but I need to be more willing to try. guy. I forgot the latest thing he got a discount on. Maybe like furniture or something. But also he might just be missing the giant sign when he walks into the store that says 25% off, and he might think that he's getting a sale, but maybe everyone's getting that discount. Who knows with this guy. I'm gonna get myself ready for the day. I have a meeting at 10 a.m. It's almost 9. I feel like everyone moved on from this e.l.f. Halo Glow skin tint, but I'm still here. I think it's really good, and this is what I wear on like lower or lesser makeup days, I should say. I've been putting way too much heat on my hair, so I'm gonna let my hair air dry today. It honestly feels good to let my hair air dry during the day because I'm actually like a night showerer, and then I'll go to bed with wet hair, which I know is really bad for you, but that's what I usually tend to do. So whenever I remember to wash my hair and like give it time to dry, it always just like lays better. I need to stop going to bed with wet hair. This is my outfit for today. Got a little low-rise jean on from PacSun, white t-shirt from Brandy, and the sweater I got on Black Friday too from J. Crew. They were doing 50% off the whole store, so I got this little cardigan because I thought I would wear it a lot this winter, and I've already reached for it 3 times. I have so much sitting by my front door that I need to put away. I have multiple Lululemon purchases. I've been on such a big Lululemon kick lately, but this is also the stuff that I brought to Thanksgiving. I went on a little Thanksgiving road trip for a day or two, and obviously I had to bring a full-size carry-on suitcase situation. That's actually Nuuly, which reminds me I need to return my Nuuly and place another Nuuly order for December, so hopefully I have time for this today. But if we turn around, my Christmas decorations look beautiful. So let me walk you through my situation so far. I have Playboy magazines that sit out year-round from like the 60s, and I have this winter one, so I put that right here with a coaster. Same blanket as I always have out, but these pillow covers just slip over top of the pillows that I usually have sitting here. I just got the same measurement from Amazon, and I got them in kind of like a dark green color. I've had these since my Arlington apartment because I've had the same pillows since the Arlington apartment, like throw pillows. So that's kind of a good holiday decorating tip, is to just get pillow covers to slip over top of your year-round pillows. And then the pillow covers are really easy to store, obviously, because you can just fold them up and there's no insert that goes with them, because your inserts are the pillows that sit out year-round. I have some firewood because if you didn't know, I have a functioning fireplace. I lit a fire last night. I'm gonna do the same tonight, and hopefully every night, maybe even in the afternoons. It was so vibey and so fun. So I just got some firewood from Home Depot, and I put it in this little like log holder thing that I got from At Home. These tools are thrifted. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep out the fireplace stuff year-round, so I'm considering this Christmas decor because it's not like I'm gonna light a fire in the summer anyways. The screen is also from At Home. I just had a mantle installed. I didn't always have this piece of wood. I had my woodworker like come take the measurements, and he like fit out this wood mantle because I wanted it for stockings. I mean, I've wanted it for the longest time, but I really wanted it in time for Christmas, so can't remember if that was here in my last video. But this is my Christmas decor for the mantle. Eventually I want to get new nutcrackers. These were from my CB2 like black and white Christmas phase that I feel like I'm kind of moving out of, but I also, like I said, I don't just want to like run out and like replace and buy new themes every year, and I think they look pretty good, so I'll keep those for the time being. These candles were up in my attic. I don't know how they didn't melt, but they're looking amazing. I have some black candle holders. This is real garland. If you see garland in my house and you're like, wow, how does that garland look so good? It's unfortunately because it's real. This stuff is from either Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. So many more stores have sold it this year. It used to be the type of thing that, oh my gosh, you can see my filthy office in the back. Oh well, you should know by now that I'm really only going to show you the clean parts of my house, and there's destined to be like an explosion somewhere. But I feel like in years past, Trader Joe's was the only place that sold fresh garland, at least that I could find. But now Whole Foods has it, Home Depot had it, Costco has it. You can find real garland in a lot of places, and it's usually about like between 15 and 30 for a roll of it, which obviously it's a perishable, so you can't save it year to year, but I also don't really want to store as much garland as I'm going to use every year, so it's kind of a fair trade-off for me. I love the life that it like breathes into the space. More nutcrackers, some stockings. I don't know where. I think this is all Target from years past. And then I love making the garland like drape down onto the fireplace hearth. My tree looks kind of pitiful, but I did get a new cone. That makes it sound like it's like a rabid dog. What is that called? I guess it's a cone. I don't know. The base thing, I got that from Crate & Barrel on Black Friday. It's chrome. I really like it. I feel like that's a forever piece that I'm gonna have for a while. I also grabbed a couple more of these. I got, I think 6 of these last year, and I got a couple more this year. These are really the only ornaments I have. I got this guy at TJ Maxx this year because he was speaking to me, but I want to move away from just getting the giant packs of like solid colored bulbs, even though these are kind of like neutral and plain. But I have all sorts of different ones that I've collected over the past couple years. I got this guy at TJ Maxx this year, but my ornaments are very sparse. I'm working on it. I got this guy at Crate & Barrel, little glass nutcracker. The tree is from Whole Foods if you're curious. obviously. It's just a real Christmas tree, but they had really good ones this year, and I think they were like $60. And I drove past, I forget where I was driving, but they were like, trees only $150. And I was like, why would you pay $150 when you can go to Whole Foods and get this giant, like, I think this is an 8-foot Fraser fir for $60. I don't know much about the going rate of Christmas trees, but I think that's pretty good. My coffee table tchotchkes have been replaced with Christmas equivalent. I opened up a Christmas book to the Miracle on 34th Street and put the same like little page holder thing that I have. I have my checkerboard. Throughout the year, I thrifted a bunch of like Christmas themed coffee table books, and then I've just held on to stuff. Like I got this diptyque candle in a PR package, and I was like, wait, that would be perfect for Christmas. So I made myself save it for Christmas. I thrifted these in the Cotswolds, these glass candies that my mom always used to have versions of sitting out. So now I have some of my own, and they're thrifted, which is so fun. I bought this Christmas village from Target back when I was in college, and I bring it out every year. I'm obsessed with it. Some more themed books, Sports Illustrated Skiing. How cute is that? And then this is a Vogue Christmas book, but it's not like Vogue. It's like Vogue Sewing Patterns Vogue, but it still looks pretty cool. And then on top of the Avon perfume bottles that I have sitting out year round, I tied a Christmas tree to the top like they're bringing home trees. Is that not the cutest thing? I love my Samsung Frame TV year round, but I especially love it in the winter because I get to change the screensaver picture thing to the Slim Aaron's ski scene. I have a couple Slim Aaron's pictures that I've kind of like bootleg loaded up onto my frame, but this is the one that I picked for this year. I also replaced all of my regular decor on the TV stand with just like green and red equivalents. I thrifted more books, so I have 2 stacks of books. I moved the chessboard over here and the checkerboard onto the coffee table just to like switch it up a little bit, but I really love the way this looks, and I'm obsessed with the Frame TV. I won't spend too long on my soapbox, but if you're considering a Frame TV or you have one of the versions of the Frame TV on your Christmas list for this year, what is that saying? Buy once, cry once, buy twice, cry twice. Go with the Frame from the start. I got the Hisense Canvas TV, like Google TV equivalent for my bedroom to save like $100, and it broke within a month. No warranty, no one would help me with it, and then I just had to replace it. So if you have a Frame TV equivalent on a registry or a Christmas list for this year, go with the OG. Go with Samsung. Here's a look at this up close. I love this book. I thrifted this in the Cotswolds too. This Rolls Royce. Figured this was a little bit more Christmassy, and then this is from Home Goods. This is year-round stuff, and then as I said, just throughout the year, if I've seen a red or a green coffee table book at like Goodwill, thrift store or something, I've just been picking them up, even if they're not Christmas like related. Beauty of America, the National Forest of America, and movie stars, but just from a distance they look cutesy. It's kind of hard to find specifically Christmas related books, so red and green have been good enough for me. And then this is the Aspen candle. I need to get some walnuts when I go to Whole Foods, but I have this nutcracker that my mom gave to me. We always had this sitting out as a kid. This is like heavy duty, like true, like meant to crack nuts. You can tell by like the mouth of it. You're supposed to put a walnut in there and it will literally crack it. So I took all the matches out of this bowl and I'm gonna fill this with walnuts, and best believe I will be snacking on walnuts. I love walnuts, especially like the experience of cracking them. I feel like it's very Christmas. So my mom gave me this because she knows I love it so much. First year having this out, and I need to fill this bowl with nuts. Nothing crazy in the dining room so far. More books, more little candies, another goth emo nutcracker, some matches, some albums, and then my record player. The kitchen might be my favorite aside from the living room, because in my kitchen niche I did a Christmas village. I got all of these little white houses from Hobby Lobby. I got like a few sets of them, and I just tucked them up here and tried to do like the height differentiation, like with, I don't even know what's in there. Tried to use the cookbooks and the little tchotchkes that were usually up here just so I didn't have to find a new home for them to add the height differentiation. But I love the way this turned out. It makes me so happy. And the light back there is just a light that's always back there. Like it's like a light strip that's built into the shelf. So it's nice that I can just turn that on and off, because all of these do have an individual switch on them, but there's no way I'm gonna climb up here and turn them all on. So the light in the back kind of makes up for it. And on my Dutch door, I hung a wreath, and I think it's like 60 degrees in Charleston today, so it's not unheard of to have the type of weather where I could leave that open. I've kind of started trying to play around with the decor in the guest room because I have guests coming the second week in December, so I have like a little bit of time to figure it out. But I want this room to kind of feel like a ski lodge vibe, because I did thrift some ski like coffee table books, and because they're blue they kind of threw off the vibe of the coffee table or the dining room, so I figured in here would be perfect, because I'm also going to replace this Slim Aaron's Tennis in the Bahamas print with one of those winter ones that I was talking about, not the one on the TV but a different one. And I kind of want this to be like a Slim Aaron's like ski vibe in here, so I moved my Lola blanket onto this chair because it kind of gives like fur energy. Might change out the pillow. I need to wash the bedding, that's why the bed's not like actually made. I had a pet sitter through Thanksgiving and I haven't reset the room, but I do want to maybe change up the pillows a little bit. I don't know what to though. Maybe if I have time today and tomorrow I'll pop over to Home Goods or or TJ Maxx. And then same in my room. I just want to make it a little bit more cozy in winter. Probably just change up the way I've been making the bed. Maybe I can use these pillows in the guest room and then get different pillows for in here, change up the way that I've been folding the bedding. This is just a poster on the wall that I put up for size that like really has been annoying me lately, so I can take this down. And then I actually have kind of this like gallery wall thing that I used to put upstairs in my last house that I don't have a place for yet, so maybe I'll just put up those pictures with command strips right here. Holly usually dips into the obesity BMI territory during the winter months because she will eat the bottom of the Christmas tree, but she hasn't discovered it yet this year. I have a feeling it's about to happen. They tell me that little village behind me is not the cutest thing you've ever seen. My dining room is covered with decor that I need to put up or figure out if I'm gonna donate or save for next year. And my office is a disaster zone per usual, so I'm gonna be working from the kitchen island today. I have that call coming up. I need to make a game plan for today and this week. Well, it turns out the mile-long to-do list of things that I thought were due today is actually due next week. So it means that I have time to go thrifting and maybe pop over to Home Goods and stuff, and hopefully we can finish up the Christmas decorations today. Oh my gosh, I love this. I got the fireplace holder on the off chance that it's brass and I can polish it up because that would be so cool. I don't know if I mentioned that when I was showing like the fireplace setup, but I would love to eventually invest in like a really nice screen from like Lulu and Georgia, CB2. They have some cool ones, but I just got the at-home one for like the pure functionality of it and being able to have fires this winter without investing in like a couple $100 like fireplace screen. I also got the fireplace like checked and cleared by, gosh, what was his name? Like Ash Webster. He was straight out of like a children's fairy tale, but this old man came to my house. I called him up a chimney sweep to get it cleared for safety because you're supposed to do that every year before you light a fire, just to make sure nothing's blocked and all the carbon monoxide and everything isn't coming back into your house. And although he cleared it, part of me was like, maybe don't invest in the really nice fireplace stuff until you actually light the fire and like confirm that you're comfortable like having one in your house. So if that polishes up, that will be a real find. But this is what I mean by thrifting like the coffee table books and stuff. None of these have anything to do with Christmas. This one isn't even my fave, but I just like that it's a red spine and I'll like stack it between other stuff. I don't really like when books have the cover like printed on them like this. I wish that it was like a jacket that I could take off. But this one's about the Buckingham Palace. And then I got this children's book of prayers. That is this nice red color. And then I also got, did anyone go to Fordham? I didn't. Fordham University, really nice red. So I got those three. I got the fireplace screen, and I got two cute glass cups to put on shelves in my dining room whenever I see cute like stackable things. I've been picking them up because I am still at a loss of what to do with my dining room shelves. They didn't have the Brasso that I've been recommended, so hopefully this can take this back to its glory days. Okay, does that look ridiculously small? I can't really tell. Actually, no, that looks incredible, especially if I can shine it up. I wish I had kept the freaking tag on this. I literally ripped off the tag last night. I wonder if they'll take my word for it and give me a refund. I decided I'm gonna have tunicados for lunch.
I got mercury poisoning by eating too much tuna.
Why is that the first video that pulls up on my TikTok? Like, I didn't even search tuna. Didn't even search tuna. I'm still gonna make it. I don't eat tuna that often to get mercury poisoning. I'm also very particular about buying this tuna, skipjack, wild tuna, no salt added. And skipjack is one of the tuna species lowest in mercury. But that actually is legit. If you're eating tuna like really often, that might be something that you should keep an eye on. My tuna salad consists of pickles, red onion, and celery. I do mayo, salt, and pepper too. And I just mix it all up, and I like making it in this bowl because there's a lid that fits on top of it. So I just kind of like pick on this throughout the week. I don't actually think this is brass. I think this might be like a copper or something, especially based on the way that it's oxidizing, but I gave it a good scrub outside and I swear it started like cutting through what I thought was the brass, and now it's looking kind of like coppery. So whatever it is, good as it's gonna get right now. I'm gonna light a fire because I don't plan on leaving the house anymore today, and that way it can just burn out on its own pace. Well, my fire starting skills could use some work, but I'll have time to practice all winter long. I'm so obsessed. This looks like something straight out of like a storybook. Let's make my garland dreams come true in this archway. Got a bunch of these command hooks, and I'm thinking I can put them around the arch. Thankfully, Polly's taking a nap right now. I feel like when my contractor did certain parts of the finishing, like up here, he was like, she's never gonna look up here. I am the type to look up here sooner or later. I ended up doubling up the garland. We'll see how long this stays, but I did tuck my mistletoe. You can get fresh mistletoe at Trader Joe's, and I tucked mine in the garland. I'm losing steam, but I'm pushing through. So continuing on to the bedroom. First and foremost, let me give you a little advice when it comes to buying pillows from HomeGoods and Target and TJ Maxx and what have you. Never buy a pillow without a zipper. Never buy a pillow that you can't open. Never buy a pillow that you can't like take off and wash. Never buy a pillow that you can't swap out the insert. So when I found this set of 4 like fuzzy fur chocolate brown pillows at HomeGoods, and they have a zipper, if I can get to it. Here's proof that they have a zipper. I had to get them, and I think I bought them like a month ago. Probably a month ago. I just was hoping that in my bedroom these would be a vision. So I'm gonna play around with making the bed with these 4 pillows and see what I can do. See if I can make this feel a little bit cozy in here. I think these have to go for the holiday season. This is not giving me Christmas ski lodge energy. I'll stack those in there. And then these are the pillows that I think I can switch into my guest room. These are also from HomeGoods ages ago. But again, did I break my own? Nope, these have a zipper. See? You have to get the ones with the zipper because even if the insert is bad, you can put like a nicer insert inside of them and like kind of beef them up. If your throw pillows are ever looking sad, figure out what the actual size of the cover is. Like let's say if it's 20 by 20, then get a 24 by 24 insert and shove it in there. Kind of the same way that you can use a size up duvet insert to make your duvet cover like look fluffy and full. That's kind of like a hack if you don't know. The same goes for pillows. So always get pillows with a zipper so you can wash them, so you can refill them, so you can swap the covers on and off like I do in the living room. Just always look for a zipper. No matter how much you love the pillow, if it doesn't have a zipper, don't get it. Trust me, it's just gonna be a waste of money. Trying to think about how like a hotel in Aspen would make the bed. This poster has got to go. Oh my gosh, it feels like I'm moving. Like whenever I see a blank wall after I'm used to something being on the wall, it feels like I'm moving. I'm not moving anytime soon. You have to trust the process, okay? I have to play around with it. Right now, this is starting to look like I'm hiding a body under the sheet, but I need to see this vision through. See if this is the one. I always think it looks cool when people have the duvet pulled up like all the way, but I don't know if that's in the cards for me. Maybe don't take my advice. When in doubt, consult Pinterest. This is where I've landed for today. I think I need to take a step back, ignore all my tags, but I'm gonna learn my lesson and not cut off my tags like I did for the fireplace screen. I was hoping to keep this one up my sleeve for the guest room, but I do think it looks good in here. So I think the 3 with the lumbar, I need something right here. Maybe my Lola, let me try that. Here, the browns are just like off, like this brown and this brown. They're close enough that it kind of looks like I was trying to match them, but I'm failing. Oh well, it's really not that deep. I get a lot of questions on if I think Lola blankets are worth it. Is there a world where a $300 blanket is worth it? Probably not, but I do really like mine. I think it's comfy. plenty of people have discount codes. I am not one of them. I don't have a code, but I feel like if you just search like hashtag Lola blankets or something, I feel like someone's code would come up. What I do really like about it is that when you wash and dry it, the texture stays the same. If you're the type of person that's like repeat buying blankets, like chasing that like brand new blanket texture, I do think that this keeps the texture better than like any blanket I've ever tried, especially when you wash them. I can't remember the circumstance that I got this one. I think this was maybe on my bed, like on a brand trip as part of the gifting, and it just, I mean, it's so comfy. Like if you're gifted one of these, heck yeah, it's worth it. But I don't know if I would go out and replace this if it got vaporized or something. Now somewhere maybe in my attic I have 4 black picture frames that these black and white prints are supposed to go in around the holidays. At least that was my intention, and that's what I've done in previous houses. Like Dolly Parton dressed as Santa Claus, or I guess that would be Mrs. Claus. This maybe the Beatles, don't sue me, I don't know what these are. Rockettes, this beautiful woman, and then the Macy's Day Parade. I printed these off a couple of years ago. That's a really fun way to do like discreet-ish holiday art, is to print off black and white photos, preferably ones you have the rights to. I don't think I quite did that correctly, but if you print these off at like CVS or something and then stick them in the picture frames that you already have, boom, holiday art. I was thinking that if I found the 4 picture frames, I could put them over the bed, but I think that's going to be way too small. So maybe if I'm using my brain, I could find a bigger picture. Maybe I could do like a Slim Aaron's above here. I'm trying to think. I should have gotten a picture frame. When I was at that thrift store earlier that I found fireplace screen, they had giant picture frames, and I was like, what could I use this for? Duh, this. Let me get to Googling and see. But I'm definitely gonna use these somewhere. If you have picture frames around your house, print off some holiday pictures and boom, you've got new decorations. The only decor that I'm gonna add, or change I should say, on my dresser is the vase. I had like fake flowers in here before, and I asked to keep the extra branches that they trimmed off of my tree at the bottom of them. Like they gave it a fresh cut and then they trimmed off a couple like layers of the branches at the bottom, and I asked to keep them, and I've been putting them in vases around the house. So I think that looks kind of fun. And then I have a holiday candle burning in here. But all the books and stuff, I don't have any more books, but these ones are like neutral enough, and they kind of go with like the shades of brown, like fur, moody theme that I have going in here anyway, so I'm gonna keep them. But these are just out 24/7. Like this is my traditional dresser setup in here. Since I only used 3 of those pillows in my bedroom, I can use the last one in here. I don't even think these are the same size insert, so it's probably not worth swapping out. But this is a situation where the insert in this pillow is like way nicer. It's definitely down, but I don't think it's the right size, so I'll just keep this one as is. Add a little bit of fur in here, and I have a couple of sections of garland from the archway that I think could look fun in here if I drape it over these pictures. Still need to clean all this bedding, but I'm just gonna play around with it so that I know what I want it to look like. I think the zebra throw is gonna get packed away, and then these, I don't think this is like a Christmas green. This is giving me like chartreuse green, so I'm gonna pack all of these away as well. This can go away. I could put this whole blanket on that chair in the corner. In an act of adult free will yesterday, I made a batch of cupcakes because you don't really need a reason to make chocolate on chocolate cupcakes. I put them in these little boxes that I got for cookie boxes this year because I quite frankly don't want to find the storage for the cookie boxes. I don't like a cold cupcake, but I don't have the patience to let this heat up on the counter. I like to get to room temperature. It has been so long since I've picked up my Kindle. I feel like I go in and out of phases with it, but when I'm in a phase, I'm finishing like a book a day, and I'm feeling like I want to start and finish a book tonight because I have one on hold from the library that I need to read soon before I have to like return it and then put it on hold and like reserve it all again. So I think tonight is going to be a Kindle night. Pajamas of the night are so cute. I feel like a bellhop. Low-key, these are shorts. Got this at J. Crew too. These buttons, like what's going on here? I actually can't get them open. I don't know if they're for looks, so luckily I can squeeze my head through this. But I feel like these are kind of subtle Christmas pajamas that I could wear year round, but they just feel kind of Christmassy. They're almost like a purplish maroon. They had them in green too. Getting myself ready for bed before I crawl in with my Kindle. I've been taking Nutrafol for like 2-ish, 2.5 judging by the bottle. And I've been buying it. This is not another, well, it might turn into an influencer ad if I like it, but I've been buying it and trying it on my own because everyone and their mother talks about it. And I will say, my hair is growing faster. All of my hair. Think about it. Oh, I just hate taking pills. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Ugh. I suppose I could like space these out during the day. I actually don't know if you can space them out during the day. I just take them all at once. Yeah, I think you're supposed to take them all at once. It says take for a minimum of 3 to 6 months. So it might be too soon for me to see any effects if I'm truly being objective. I'm also in desperate need of a haircut. I scheduled that for next week. I need like a trim. Pretty much every single strand of hair has a split end on it at this point. This is just like a consumerism final boss night routine. But I do think red light masks are legit. I just think you have to be consistent. And if you're not gonna be consistent, then you shouldn't spend your money on it. But if you are gonna be consistent, then I do think they're legit. Gotta adjust it for my gigantic head. I've been using mine. You can actually tell on this one. This is the Shark one, but I feel like there's probably like a million for you to choose from now. I feel like every brand has one. But the Shark one has this little remote, and you can press on this thing that says your progress, and it's told me, can you hear me? Why am I talking to you with this thing on? Anyways, the Shark one keeps track of like how consistent you are with it, which is kind of satisfying and nice. So it says that I've done 12 total sessions. So again, I don't know how many sessions you're supposed to do before you truly see results, but I feel like it's helping with acne and like smaller breakouts. That's the setting I've been using it on. And I've been habit stacking my mask, which takes 8 minutes, with an arm workout. I know that sounds insane, but I've been doing it for, I can't take this so seriously right now. I've been doing that for like a week. So you see me with arms of steel and clear skin. You know why.
So to begin with, we're lifting 3, 4. Repeat. 1. Reverse. 5.
Arm workout is way harder than it looks. Actually, I hesitate to say that. Someone's probably gonna do this and be like, girl. But this is the one that I do. I'll link it in the description box. It has this girl on the front and it says 8 minutes, but it's really like once she stops talking, the actual workout is like 6 minutes long. You're supposed to follow up the mask with a moisturizer. And I also got Volufiline off of TikTok Shop. I've only ever bought like 3 things off of TikTok Shop. This Volufiline, because I saw a freaking video where someone said that The Ordinary wasn't selling this anywhere else, it was only on TikTok Shop. That's not true. It was literally on their website. I just didn't think to look until after I ordered it. So they tricked me with that one. I just like doused this under my eyes. It's supposed to like promote fat. I don't really know how this stuff works, but I want my under eyes to be less hollow and I'm not willing to get filler. And PRP like looked good, but I don't know, it's just expensive, so I'm trying this before I get more PRP. What else have I gotten from TikTok Shop? I got that Drake mask that I pranked Danielle with, and then I also got, does anyone see that like KitchenAid guy on TikTok Shop that he's like convinced that you need to add all of these extra doodads and stuff to your KitchenAid mixers to get them to function like they used to make them in like the 60s? I don't know, I fell for that and I bought his stuff. Those are my 3 TikTok Shop purchases. Anyways, I'm gonna get in bed with my book. Hopefully I can make a decent dent in it. You will find out in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you want to keep up with me over there. Subscribe if you want to see if I can stay consistent with my mask, arm workout, and Volufiline, and Nutrafol journey. So many things. Only time will tell. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. I will like literally see you in the next one. I can't see anything. The camera is a blurry blob now that I took my contacts out. So I will figuratively and literally see you in the next video.